We are at Kranti Yoga and I have our student here, Cameron. He's going to answer some of my questions about his experience here with us. So hi Cameron.
Hi there.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 28 years old, and as you said, I've just completed the teacher training course here in Ashtanga yoga. Previously I had 5 years of yoga experience. I had tried various styles, but I wanted to do the teacher training in Ashtanga. In terms of my professional life, I worked in an American investment bank for 2.5 years. And after that I completed a Master in International Relations before coming to spend now almost 3 months at Kranti Yoga.
So you've been at Kranti Yoga for 3 months
Yes.
now. Great. And then how did you find your experience here?
It's been absolutely fantastic. The amount that I have learned about yoga, about myself, my own personal development has been very, very exciting for me.
Mm-hmm. Did it meet your expectations?
Definitely. I mean, I came here thinking that I was going to improve a lot in what the Western kind of idea of yoga is, you know, doing the asanas, doing the postures, but what I found here was an awful lot more in terms of doing asanas, meditation, how yoga is actually a way of life, a union of all of these aspects, so it was much more than what I expected I was going to get.
How was your practice before you came here?
I have to say, I thought my practice was fairly good, but one thing I learned here is that there was a long way to go, that the path is never ending. I will always be learning new things about yoga, I will always be improving my strength and flexibility. So certainly being here has been a fantastic opportunity for me to learn about what strengths I have, what weaknesses I have, and how I can go forward with my own yoga practice.
And what course did you take here?
So I began by doing the 200-hour course in October, and then after completing that I did the 300-hour course for 5 weeks. So in total I've done 500 now, which has been definitely the amount which I think you should be taking if you want to really improve your learnings for being a yoga teacher.
Mm-hmm. How did the 200-hour and the 300-hour compare and differ?
So the 200-hour was fantastic in that we were doing lots of asanas, we were doing lots of meditation, we were learning breathing, we were learning about yoga philosophy, we were given an introduction into kriyas, which means cleansing techniques. And I guess I always did have in the back of my mind that if I do 200 and 300 in the same place that maybe there might be too much repetition, but I was really surprised to see that that was not the case. We were going much deeper into Ashtanga yoga in terms of learning about how to use the bandhas in your practice, learning more about the breathing, about your concentration. We were doing more cleansing techniques. We were also shown how to sequence a back bending class and hip opening class, all of the exercises that we could use in this kind of a Vinyasa flow. So I was giving much more than I thought I would, so there really was not repetition to my mind. It was just going deeper into yoga.
What key messages did you learn, or what key messages are you going to be able to take home with you?
So I think what I mentioned before about the fact that I came here probably also with a Western idea of yoga, that all it is doing all of these postures, but the word yoga means union, and it's a union of so much more. The things that I've mentioned, of the asanas, of the breathing, of the meditation, of the cleansing your body. And so I'm happy now to go back home and to be able to have a much broader view of what yoga is, and a much broader view of how I can be a yogi in my daily life. So even if I were not to be a yoga teacher, all of these concepts I know I can bring into any professional life which I go into.
Can you say a little bit about our yoga village here and the yoga community?
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. We've got everything we could possibly need here. We've got the lovely accommodation. We have great food, which is ideal for doing yoga. It's exactly what we need. It's tasty, it's healthy. We've got a constant flow of different kinds of teas all day long. Anything that we could possibly need, we just speak to the people who work here and they will help us to get whatever it is that we need. And it is nice, everyone being in the community. You really do make lifelong friendships, and you really totally bond and come into the experience together to help each other to come through the experience.
Nice. And how did you find Patnam, the surrounding area, the beach?
I like it because it's quiet, there's not too much going on. There's enough going on so that if you want to go somewhere else, you can do that. There's a street where you can buy, new yoga clothes, gifts, that sort of thing. But at the same time, it's quiet enough to have the peaceful atmosphere for doing yoga in.
And how about your plans for the future?
So I'm going back now for the Christmas holidays to Scotland to spend that with my family, and then at the end of January I'm moving to Jordan to do a traineeship with the European Union diplomatic arm. But like I said before, all of these yogic concepts that I've learned here, I will definitely be putting them into practice in my professional life. Great.
Thanks, Cameron. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just one more thing. I do consider myself to be very fortunate in life in that I've had some fantastic experiences in various countries, met lots of wonderful people, but the one here has, without any shadow of a doubt, been the best experience of my life, and I really would describe this as a transformational experience. And now I can just see that going forward, all of the things that I've learned in this experience will definitely serve me for my whole life.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Cameron.
Thank you very much.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.